Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Mono Black Menace V5. This is the Mono Black Menace that I've made up specifically for the new meta, and I think it's going to roll over some people. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host. I gotta tell you, I'm not superstitious, but I might be a little stitious. Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck of my own creation. It's called Menace V5. Yeah, the deal is that I took a look back at some of the decks I'd done in the past, and I ran across Menace. In reality, the deal was I played yesterday. I played like 2 hours. Deck, just picking up other decks, trying them out. I tried stuff just everywhere. I was just getting my butt beat like crazy. I think I had like 0% wins for like 2 hours. So I decided to go back. I pulled up a Menace deck. I flushed out all of the stuff that was invalid in the current meta. And I started looking for things to fill it with. I ended up filling it up with Valley Rotcaller and Ravine Raider and Huskburster Swarm. I don't know what it's called, but I like calling it Huskburster. You know what? It turned out pretty darn good. It turned out really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how the deck should work, and then we'll go out and we will crush some hopes and dreams. All right, so let's see. What do we got here? Remember, this is all about Menace. What's great about Menace is that people don't expect Menace to be that great. You steal 1 or 2 Menace guys, you got to block them, blah, 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 not bad. But you're going up with a lot of Menace guys, suddenly you can't block more than 1 or 2. All the rest of them are getting in for free. So that's what's great about Menace. If you're doing it aggro enough, you got a swarm that they cannot block. All right, we've got Greedy Freebooter. Does not have Menace, but if he gets killed, you get a lot of cool stuff. So that's why he's in here. It's just something to do for one, and he has like basically getting that treasure. Lets you get out like the Bloodletter or Deadly Cover-Up, something like that. It helps boost you into the upper levels much quicker. This guy's new. He's a Menace with pumps. That means the more mana you have, the bigger a threat he is. Plus, he works great with the Valley Rotcaller. We'll get to that in a bit. This guy gives, he's an equipment, gives your guy Death Touch, and people are basically, if they block it with 2 guys, and you'll get the +1/+1, which means you'll be able to kill 2 guys for your 1, and that's a good trade-off. Otherwise, he's got Reach, but he doesn't have Death Touch anymore. Still pretty decent. Ayara's Oathsworn. She gets bigger every time she does damage to a player. And she gets up to 4 counters, which make her a 6/6. After that, you just start pulling cards and putting them in your hand. So she just delivers lots of stuff. She's fantastic when it comes to Moneyball Black aggro, essentially. Creature kill. This guy, whenever he attacks, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, which is equal to the number of other squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats you got. So the more of the Rotcallers you put out and Ravine Raiders, then the more that X ability is. And if you got multiple of them out, that's more of that. That vampirism is fantastic. And it works really great with Bloodletter of Aclazotz, which whenever your opponent loses life, they lose twice that much life. So yeah, if you're doing 3 points of damage, that means, and then the extra 1, that means you're doing 4, which means you're doing an additional 4, which is 8 off of the Valley Rotcaller alone if you get out a nice Bloodletter of Aclazotz. So with all your guys aggroing out and being hard to block, this guy gives all their damage twice as much. Fantastic. Deadly Cover-Up wipes the board. We got 3 of those just in case we're going up against some swarms. Phyrexian Fleshgorger can come out for 3. He's got Menace and Lifelink. If you got the 7 mana, you can put him out as a 7/5. Virtue of Persistence does -3 plus you gain 2 life for 2. If you can get up to 7 mana, you can start pulling creatures back from a graveyard. And the Huskburster Swarm, just 1 in there, just because he costs less for each, for each creature card you own in exile and in your graveyard. Great. So he costs 8 to put out, but by the time you're going to pay for him, he'll probably cost you like 5 or 6. He has 6/6 Death Touch. That's a lot of good going on there. These guys are in here just because. Why not, right? If you need to put out some stuff, you can. Plus, they're toxic as well. They're not blocking for you, though. But other than that, they're just a good little threat. 19 regular swamps, and we're on our merry way. So what are we going to do? We're going to control the board we've got with what we got, which is Virtue of Persistence, and go for the throat. If things are getting wildly out of control, we have Deadly Cover-Up. Other than that, we're getting out our dudes. We're going to go aggro, and hopefully they won't be able to keep up against our aggro Menace Swarm. That's pretty much it. So before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against ENS. All right, what do we got? We got a few guys. We're good. Let's kick with it. Get in the pod. A new addition. I like the fact that he pumps. I like the fact that he works well with the other guys to pump up with it. And if we're playing against, what are we playing? Rabbits? They're going to go wide. That's a problem for us. I mean, I could kill another one, but they're just going to keep coming. All right, all in. Okay, we've ran out of our control. We still got Menace, which means that if he puts out only one guy, we can still just run around him. There's his baby. Now let's see if he's willing to lose both of his guys to this. You only block one. He's down to 11. He's going for the shot. That's disappointing. Still, it's only 3, man. I don't know what the deal is there. You're just afraid I was going to block you, huh? Is this enough to finish the game? He's down to 2. All we gotta do is swing in with Flying Guy. If he doesn't put out another Reacher. Nothing with Reach. There's Reach. Alright, so the deal is you can't block everybody. You want to block one more. So I don't know what you got in your hand. I'm not going to good game you yet. It's called Menace. And we win! I like the way he just sort of stayed aside. Victory! Alright, we were playing against Merlyoun. Turn 1, turn 2. We got turn 3 potentially. Keep. And turn 4. It's a nice curve. Turn 1. There we go. That looks very, very familiar to what I've seen right now. I don't really care about the gnawing vermin. If I kill it, he can easily just kill out the raider. Which means Mater might be dying. I have to keep some mana available just to keep my dudes open. I'm just going to get rid of that. All right, good for us. All right, we can't block with what he's got there. It will take out the poor raider. Number 3. Let's just go for it. It's fine. We'll flip ourselves onto the Bloodletter. Unless we need to use Go for the Throat to thin down his on the battlefield forces. That guy needs to die. We'll get out our squirrel lock just so we have more dudes. Bam! Good job. Got him down to 13. All right, so once we get the Bloodletter out, that's twice as much damage per turn. He's got 3 cards left in his hand. Can't block with that, that's fine. Alright, you can block one of my guys. And dead. You had to block him. Boom, boom! Goes the room. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Tmkurk. Yep. Trick or treat. Oh, we got creature. It's getting lots of land. It's okay at first, but it seems kind of dicey. You had nothing else really going on. You want to kill him, that's what he's there for. He's just a beautiful little present waiting for me. About the Fleshgorger. Worst case scenario, that guy is just 3 points of life you'll have to give to yourself. I don't know what you're thinking about, man. My Fleshgorger's all like twitching over here. You want to kill him, don't you? You want to kill him. Oh, crazy. No. Let's get something other than a land for a second here, huh? There are truckloads of non-land cards in here. Get them! Alright, there we go. He's all reachy now. Put a blow dart right on that dude's mouth. Welcome life. Dude, I'm totally Phyrexian at this point, as far as you know. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I hold off, I could potentially play for 7. Do I really want to do that? Nah. This is aggro. We just got to go with what we got. All right, so he's playing Ratatouille discard. Is that what he's doing? He's got a lot of them. Alright, so I can still get at least one Fleshgorger through. Let's just load up the other one. Not you, my friend. Alright, there we go. Jump in front. One of them's going to kill 2 dudes. If anything, you might want to kill your Tangled Colony just so you get a bunch of guys back. Of course, none of them could block. So that's a thing. I can't block either. There you go. 33 points. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Come on, pushing the attack button. Come on. You can't block. You can do that, though. Alright, we're loading these guys up with their poison. So if they do block, they will kill their guys. Yikes. He's trying hard. 7. Alright, he's down to 1. We got 24. We're looking good. He can't block with any of his guys. We can grab a lot of life after just blocking. Look at all those 7 unblockable or can't block rats right there. You can bring back something back from the graveyard, aren't you? Oh, you've just blown it away. That is devastating. If I lose now, I'm going to be super pissed. Because as slowly as this thing's been giving me creatures, I should have a ton coming up. We just get rid of that guy. All right, we got Menace. All right, I think I got it. There we go. There's the win. Victory! And we're playing against Shipwreck 16. One guy in a Menace deck that doesn't have Menace. That one dude, that's the one we get. These guys don't have Menace either. Should I let him build that thing up? Probably. I'm thinking I might just try to kill him now. Yeah, let's just do it. There you go. In your face. All right, number 3. All right, no blocks. We'll just let him sit there and defend. Get us our value, which we want so much. We'll get a treasure, which between this will get us into a deadly cover-up. My little friend there, you're not going to do terribly well, are you? We need mana is kind of what we need. That's nothing great. Alright, I'll put this out. It's fine. And we'll deadly cover up here in a bit. Keep it going full steam. We're down to 8. He's got 1 card. This is a good time. You can draw 2 cards out of the deal. Not cool. What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You didn't put any creatures out. We've got 6. We got 7. Ooh, I can do Virtual Persistence. That'll do it. We're grabbing his guys. Taking this guy because you can play it. Go right there. Got our Rotcaller. And we're done. Still, we've only got 6. We can't put out the Swarm yet. Alright, I do not have Death Touch. Hopefully he thinks I've got Death Touch or something. Okay, so he can block right now. That's not a great thing. Let's just send in Death Touchy boy. There's 2 points. Alright, so I can chump. He doesn't seem to have anything in the way of trample. This guy goes trample, doesn't he? Yeah, he gets trample eventually. Yikes. See, like the Menace guys, they're great, except for I need him to have less dudes to defend with. There we go. So let's just pop... that one. Bring you back. There you go, my friend. You can block one. Feel free to do so. Start to make use of those Rotcaller's vampire abilities. How many guys to bring back? Looks like Pirates coming back. That's rough. Yeah, look at your big beefiness there. What are you going to freaking do? Pack it on the guys that have some drive there. That's fine. Going back. All right, I think we got it. Let's let him block who's going to block. It'd be this guy's the only one he can block. One of Twin Powers, activate. Form of killing the other guy. Touchdown. Lava Bears. All right, we were playing against TayMalice. How you doing, TayMalice? It's good to see you. Let's shake our bushy tail. That's crazy. It's always crazy when you run across people you know. I mean, I don't really know TayMalice at all. I just play his decks. Get him, get him, get him! Let's see, what deck is he putting together now? Something I'll be borrowing tomorrow or the next day. There's a Knigget. What are you playing up here? Alright, so it's Mardu. Alright, number 3. You got nothing to do for 3, and we're done. Nice. Really? You want a temporary lockdown? I don't like losing the Greedy Freebooter for that. Alright, Bloodletter's out. You have a good time. I don't bump them, whatever you're going to do, I don't care. You can do it again? There you are. Alright, so I'm going to deadly cover up at some point. And it's not right now. That's bad. I can't do anything about planeswalkers. And we're just sucking on fumes. Yeah, he's got lots to discover. I gotta tell you, at this point, I would normally just give up. One's gone. Let's get a Greedy Freebooter. And a Valley Rotcaller. Alright, we just got some chumps, pretty much. That's it. We lived. And we died. Womp womp. Fry face. We're playing against uzakarn. Alright, 2. That's a nice bit of aggro we got going on here. Turn 3, we'll get out the Fleshgorger. Let's see, he's could probably try to counter it, but I gotta go for it. I gotta try. Oh, that's who you're gonna go after? That's nuts, man. And again. Get 2 guys out. You can hear their little hissy voices. Yikes. Do I got enough? He can't block. Alright, 13. That's a lot to chew through that guy. What is that? Let's do it. Creature kill, creature kill, creature kill. We got 5, we need 7. Bloodletter's good. Doubles up all the damage. That was disappointing. There's 6. We get to 7, we can start pulling dudes back from graveyards constantly. I don't think you keep up with it. There we go. What do you have? Any creatures at all? Yeah, you do. And we win! SuckIt, Suckerfish! Writing on the wall. Victory! Alright, here we are with Menace V5. And yeah, we did very well with it. It was a fun deck. I always enjoy a good aggro deck, especially mono black. If anything this deck could use is a little more creature kill. I kind of thought that Hunter's Blowgun would be fun. I played that in the last in V4. I liked it quite a bit. I'm thinking maybe toss those to put in a little bit more just direct creature kill. Maybe something that takes out crowds of creatures. Low-end creatures might be cool too. We got a lot of low-end creatures ourselves in this particular version, so I don't know how good that would be. That's maybe something for V6 or V5.5. We'll just have to see how it goes. All right, so let's talk about who is the MVP. Who is the most valuable player? That is an interesting... I got to tell you, I was thinking, who is it? Who is it? It's Bloodletter of Alcatraz. Bloodletter of Alcatraz is the most valuable player. The reason why is because he basically makes everybody do double damage. And it's not just damage, it's the life the guy loses. So there's a lot of things you could do. Like Valley Rotcaller, they lose life equal to the amount of guys that are attacking, plus then they do damage afterwards. So this guy kind of does quadruple damage, or to a certain extent, right? So like he's going to definitely do like the 1 point of damage, then it's going to become 2, but then he can do a lot more and then double that as well. So yeah, Bloodletter of Alcatraz is the thing that takes your particular deck and gives it that extra oomph. If you got 2 of them out, it doubles all of that, and that's pretty much just game over at that point. So I got to say, for a Menace deck, this non-Menacey guy is the MVP of the entire deck. Now, honorable mention, I think, is probably going to go to the Valley Rotcaller. This guy's wonderful in this deck because he's got a big old butt for 2 mana, right? Plus, he's Menacey, which this deck totally needs. And he works well with the Ravine Raider himself. Was there anybody else? That's the thing. I keep thinking, maybe it'd be great to put somebody else in there. Yeah, that's it. I was hoping this guy would be like a bat demon or something. No, he's a vampire demon. But anyways, these 2 guys, they combo together to make that extra loss of life where you're gaining life gain out of the deal. Just so much better. I kind of really liked him. I think he's got a lot of potential, but we'll have to see what we can do with him in the future. He works great with the Bloodletter of Alcatraz. Yeah, but still, I'm going to give it to the Bloodletter. You are MVP in this particular deck. You're going to Disneyland. All right, let's talk about how competitive this deck is. I felt this was I wasn't going to take it out onto the rank. I thought this was more of a casual play kind of deck. It was fun to play. We ended up getting 60%. That's our win rate, 6-0, which is a great rating for a deck. It means you're going to win more times than you lose. It's not quite 2 out of every 3 games, but still, it was a very, very good deck, worth playing if you enjoyed a good aggro deck. Let's move on from there. Was this a fun deck to play? Yes. Why was it fun? Because of the aggro elements. I mean, take a look. 1s and 2s. There were a ginormous amount of cards in there. Now, we also had stuff in the, whatever, the 6+, but still, Phyrexian Fleshgorger is just a 3. That's all it really is. And this is 2. It's only a 7 if you got nothing better to do, right? And even then, you play it for the 2 and then you just set it aside. This is a singleton, which means that your deck is an aggro deck. The vast majority of what you're doing is basically 3 or less. You're aggro, 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 and you're coming at people. The biggest problem with black is you don't have haste. That is your biggest problem. Now, mono black skeletons, that's an aggro deck, aggro black deck. Because those guys get haste in a way, like they're specifically like all skeletons gain haste. I don't want to talk about that deck right now because it's a great deck. But I've played it a lot, and we're taking a look at Menace again right here. So there we go. I'd say it's a fun deck because of the aggroness to it. Lastly, was this deck interesting? Yes. Why? Because we're playing all Menace, like a Menace tribal. And we are playing with a bunch of cards from Bloomburrow. What are we putting in there? We had the Huskburster Swarm, and that was cool. You know, you could play him for a lot less if you got more stuff in your graveyard. And he's got Menace, and he's got Death Touch, and he's a 6/6. That's good. We've got the Valley Rotcaller, who's, like I said, he's got 2 levels of attacks going on there. And you've got out a pumpable Lizard Rogue. I like that pump. It's relatively cheap to pump. And you can just keep pumping stuff into there, which then really works well with the Valley Rotcaller. So you're doing, and if you could double all the damage with a nice Bloodletter, yeah, that pretty much is a super lock on the game right there. So yeah, interesting deck, and nice new cards in there to kind of ramp it up. I think I might have liked V4 a little bit better, except for the fact that V4 is no longer valid in the current meta. So we're building ourselves a new Menace best of breed, and this is the first step in that general direction. So let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? It was a fun deck to play. I'm going to give it a half and half because I don't think it was rank competitive, but it was definitely casual competitive. Was this a fun deck? Absolutely. Was it an interest deck? Yes. As such, I'm just going to give this a straight A deck, and therefore it's a great deck to play, and I'd highly recommend you pick one up. So if you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.